Well, there's a lot of points I want to bring up. One of the things I was thinking about is corporations taking over. Did you ever see the movie called The Corporation? This guy goes, he was in a psychology class and he started studying sociopaths and stuff, but he was also in business psychology class. And where he could get his degree in business, he started noticing that the required business, the way they looked upon people, and how to interact with the world, was the same thing as a sociopath. That they use people for their own benefit, no long-term relationships, whatever. There's the point I thought that you might put in your film was, and it came to my mind, was during one of the World Trade Organization meetings where there was protesters out in the street getting beat up. One of the heads of this organization is watching this going on down there, because they don't realize that actually the corporations should own every square inch of this planet. They should own everything, from the streams, from the earth, and everything that floats the air above them, the seas, all of it. And the corporations then would look out for the environment. So if they don't,
that would assume that they would look downstream and look at their future profits and whatnot, but unfortunately, they're dominated by this quarter's bottom line. And one of the problems is the corporate legislation in this country. It used to be that corporations were chartered by the states for a specific purpose in the public interest for a specific period of time. Well, now you have these perpetual corporations that can do anything they want, and corporate law says that the CEOs and directors must make all their decisions to maximize the return to their shareholders. And that should change. We should have a corporate law which says that corporations also have a responsibility to their workers, their communities, their environment, and society at large. And that would protect the well-meaning CEOs, and there are some out there, from getting eaten by the sharks. As now happens. If a CEO tries to do the right thing now, he gets booted out because he is not following corporate law. So there are a lot of things that need changing. Yes?
Thank you. Wonderful presentation. You focused for a brief moment in several places on what happened when Mr. Nixon had to resign. One of the things that did not happen, as I think many of us know, is that the curtain was not pulled away from the enormous money machine that created the circumstance we're in now. What I was going to ask was an observation, really. One of the problems with Cheney et al. Is once we have retired them, and they are sitting in dock awaiting whatever future they happen to arrive at, what are we going to do to keep their friends who put them there and who invested billions of dollars to arrive at the situation we have this afternoon, from simply taking the whole business back offshore as they did after Nixon and starting all over again?
Well, that's why we need the reforms to separate big money and political power, so that they can't do it to a new generation of lawmakers. And also why we need to defang this New World Order and start following the Constitution and using tariffs to protect our industry, and essentially make those big money masters under the direction of David Rockefeller or Chase Manhattan Bank, make them irrelevant, take away their power. Now, it's not going to be easy, but the whole purpose of this presentation was not to say that impeachment will fix everything, because it's not going to. There are much larger issues. We need to do impeachment simply to prevent short-term evil from being done, to send a message to future presidents, and send a message to the people of the world. But is that going to fix everything if suddenly Nancy Pelosi becomes president? No, it is not. We need to take power back from the two major political parties who are both owned by those wealthy elites. And we need to empower third parties. We need to change the electoral system in the country, and we need to educate the American people so that they no longer are forced with just selecting the lesser of two evils. They can actually have a positive choice for a change. And then, I don't have all the answers to how we go about this, but I know that that's the direction we have to go, and impeachment is just one little step along the way.
Thank you.